my name is Michelle Logan. Paul is sent to Rome. Paul's third preaching tour ended in Jerusalem. There he was arrested and thrown into prison. In a vision during the night, Jesus told him, "You will go to Rome and preach there." Paul was taken from Jerusalem to Caesarea, where he spent 2 years in prison. When he was on trial before Governor Festus, Paul said, "Let me be judged by Caesar in Rome." Festus said to Caesar, "You have appealed to Caesar. You will go." Paul was put on a ship bound for Rome, and two Christian brothers, Luke and Aristarchus, went with him. At sea, they were caught in a violent storm, which went on for many days. Everyone thought that they were going to die. But Paul said, "Men, an angel told me in a dream, 'Don't be afraid, Paul. You will get to Rome, and everyone on the ship with you will be saved. Take courage. We will not die." The storm raged for 14 days. Finally, land appeared. It was the island of Malta. The ship ran aground and broke into pieces, but all 276 people on the ship made it safely to land. Some swam, others held on to pieces of the ship and floated to the shore. The people of Malta took care of them and built a fire to warm them. 3 months later, the soldiers took Paul to Rome on another ship. When he arrived, the brothers came to meet him. On seeing them, Paul thanked Jehovah and took courage. Even though Paul was a prisoner, he was allowed to live in a rented house while being guarded by a soldier. He stayed there for 2 years. People came to see him, and he preached to them about God's kingdom and taught them about Jesus. Paul also wrote letters to the congregations in Asia Minor and Judea. Jehovah truly used Paul to spread the good news to the nations. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 4. In every way we recommend ourselves as God's ministers by the endurance of much, by tribulations, by times of need, and by difficulties. Romans chapter 15, verse 25 and 26, I'll read it as soon as it uploads. But now I am about to travel to Jerusalem to minister to the holy ones. For those in Macedonia and Achaia have been pleased to share their thanks by a contribution to the poor among the holy ones in Jerusalem. I'm going to read Acts chapter 21, verse 30. As soon as that upload, the whole city was in an uproar, and the people came running together and seized Paul and dragged him outside the temple and immediately closed the door. Also, I am going to read Acts chapter 23, verse 11, as soon as it uploads. Come on. But the following night, the Lord stood by him and said, "Take courage, for just as you have been given a thorough witness about me in Jerusalem, so you must also bear witness in Rome." Thank you.